Look at that wheel. Black, caked, coated in a thick layer of baked-on brake dust so dark it looks like someone spray-painted the rim with tar. Now watch. A thick white paste goes onto a sponge. One single wipe across that filthy surface, and the black just melts. Not scrubbed off, not power washed off, melted, like it was never even there. Underneath, the alloy is sparkling, factory silver, mirror clean, and that paste costs $1. One. And the chemical companies have spent decades and hundreds of millions of dollars making sure you never figure that out. Welcome to the buried blueprint. I'm going to expose something today that the $10 billion car wash and auto detailing chemical industry has buried under aggressive marketing, fear tactics, and glossy packaging. If you are the kind of person who refuses to get scammed by corporate gatekeepers, hit that subscribe button and the bell right now. Every blueprint we drop on this channel is time sensitive. The corporations notice when knowledge like this starts spreading. So subscribe and make sure you never miss what comes next. Now, let's talk about what is actually happening to your wheels, because most people have no idea. Every single time you press your brake pedal, your brake pads are grinding against your rotors. That friction does two things. First, it slows your car down. Second, it explodes microscopic particles off the surface of the pad at high velocity. Those particles are not just dust. Brake dust is a dense, complex cocktail of carbon fibers, metallic shavings from the rotor, and adhesive resins from inside the pad itself. They hit your hot wheel at speed, and they fuse. The heat bakes them onto the surface. And then road grime, tire spray, and oily exhaust film coat over the top of the brake dust like a layer of glue, sealing it all in place. That is why normal soap and water does absolutely nothing to a heavily contaminated wheel. You are not dealing with surface dirt. You are dealing with fused, multi-layer contamination that has been thermally bonded to your rim. And here is where the industry walks in with a smile and a bottle of something that glows red or purple or green and charges you $20 for the privilege of trusting them. Let me tell you exactly what is in those bottles. Hydrofluoric acid, sulfuric acid, oxalic acid. Harsh, corrosive, toxic acids that are designed to chemically attack and dissolve metal. Now, those acids will absolutely remove brake dust. Nobody is disputing that. But watch what else they do. Every single time you spray one of those color-changing iron removers or those professional-grade wheel cleaners onto your rims, the acid is not selective. It does not know the difference between brake dust particles and the protective clear coat that is sealing and protecting your alloy wheel underneath. Over time, and it does not take long, those repeated acid treatments start to eat through the clear coat. The lacquer thins, the surface oxidizes, the alloy beneath begins to pit and yellow and corrode. And then you need new rims, and that will run you $300 to $500 per wheel. The detailing industry has built an entire ecosystem on this cycle. Sell you the toxic cleaner. Watch the toxic cleaner slowly destroy your wheels over 2 or 3 years. Watch you come back to buy new rims, and then sell you the same toxic cleaner all over again. It is not incompetence. It is a business model, and they have been running it on American car owners for decades. But here is what they never told you. You do not need acid. You never needed acid. The actual science of cleaning brake dust does not require a single drop of corrosive chemical. There is a smarter method, a safer method, one that has existed in chemistry textbooks since before any of these companies were even founded. And it costs $1 at any grocery store in the country. Before I tell you exactly what it is, I need you to do something. Look in the description of this video right now. There is a link to the complete buried blueprint vault. Inside that vault, you will find dozens of classified home survival and DIY guides covering everything from eliminating black mold permanently with a $3 compound, to restoring rotted wood with a substance that makes it harder than the original timber, to cutting your energy bill in half using a technique utility companies have actively lobbied against. Each guide is the kind of information that large industries spend serious money keeping off the front page. The link is in the description. Go check it out after this video, because what I am about to show you right now is one of the most practically useful things you will ever learn about maintaining your vehicle. And the exact way you apply this paste changes everything. Stay right here. Now, the reveal. 2 ingredients. You have both of them in your kitchen right now, or you can get them both for under $2 at any grocery store or hardware store in America. Baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, and dish soap. Concentrated liquid dish soap. Something like Dawn works perfectly. That is the entire formula. That is the $1 paste that the detailing chemical industry has spent years telling you is not good enough, not professional enough, not powerful enough to handle serious brake dust contamination. They are lying to you. And here's the science that proves it. There are two separate problems that create heavily contaminated wheels. Problem 1 is the oily road film. Exhaust residue, tire spray, road oil, and atmospheric grease that coats the wheel and acts as the binding agent that locks brake dust particles to the surface. Problem 2 is the brake dust itself, which is thermally bonded to the wheel underneath that greasy film. You need to solve both problems to get the wheel clean. Commercial acid sprays solve both problems by destroying everything chemically, which is why they also destroy your clear coat over time. The baking soda and dish soap combination solves both problems in a completely different way, a smarter way, and here is how. Dish soap is engineered to be one of the most powerful surfactants available to consumers. A surfactant is a molecule that has one end attracted to water and one end attracted to oil and grease. When you apply concentrated dish soap to an oily surface, those molecules grab the grease film at the molecular level, surround it, and lift it completely off the surface so that it can be rinsed away with water. The dish soap does not just dilute the greasy road film, it structurally dismantles it. It severs the bond between the grease film and the wheel surface. And the moment that greasy binding layer is broken, the brake dust particles that were locked inside it lose their grip on the rim. They are no longer fused. They are suspended. But here is the part the detailing industry hides, because this is the part that makes you not need their products anymore. Baking soda, when mixed into a thick paste, becomes a microscopic alkaline abrasive. The individual crystals of sodium bicarbonate are physically harder than the brake dust particles. That means the paste physically shears and dislodges the contamination with mechanical action as you scrub. But here is the critical detail. Here is why this does not scratch your rim. Baking soda crystals are chemically and physically softer than the alloy metal and the clear coat lacquer that protects your wheel. This is not an accident. The Mohs hardness scale, which is how scientists measure the hardness of materials, places sodium bicarbonate at a hardness of 2.5. Your wheel's clear coat sits at a hardness of around 4 to 5. Brake dust particles and the metallic contamination they carry sit at hardness levels above 5. So the baking soda is hard enough to scrub off the brake dust, but too soft to ever scratch or abrade the clear coat underneath. It is like using sandpaper that is perfectly calibrated to remove only the layer you want gone and nothing else. No acid required. No clear coat damage. No cycle of destruction designed to send you back to the auto parts store in 2 years with ruined rims. The dish soap breaks the grease. The baking soda shears the brake dust. And together, they leave the surface cleaner than acid ever could, because acid dissolves indiscriminately, and this paste targets only what needs to be removed. Now, exactly how you do this. Step 1. Go to any grocery store or hardware store and pick up a standard box of Arm & Hammer baking soda. You want pure sodium bicarbonate. Do not buy baking powder. Baking powder has cornstarch and cream of tartar added to it, and it will not behave the same way. Read the label. It should say 100% pure sodium bicarbonate or just baking soda. Pick up concentrated dish soap at the same time if you do not already have it at home. Dawn Original Blue is the benchmark, but any concentrated dish soap will work. Your total investment will be right around $1 if you are buying the baking soda, or essentially $0 if you already have both in your kitchen. Step 2. In a small bowl, pour in half a cup of baking soda. Add 1 heavy squirt of your concentrated dish soap directly on top of the powder. Then add just a few drops of water. Not a full pour, not a splash. Drops. You are looking for a very specific consistency here. The paste should be thick, dense. It should look like white frosting. If it becomes watery or runny, add more baking soda and bring the consistency back up. The thickness of the paste is critical because you need it to stay in contact with the contaminated surface for a couple of minutes to do its full job. A thin liquid will run off the rim and give you much weaker results. Step 3. Before you touch the wheel with any paste, wet the entire wheel down first with a garden hose or a bucket of clean water. This pre-rinse does 2 things. It loosens the top layer of loose surface grime, and it helps activate the surfactant in the dish soap the moment the paste makes contact with the wet wheel. Do not skip this step. Step 4. Apply the paste generously to a soft sponge or a clean microfiber cloth. Do not use anything abrasive. No steel wool, no harsh scrubbing pads, no bristle brushes with stiff plastic bristles. A soft sponge or a folded microfiber cloth is all you need, because the abrasion is already built into the paste at a microscopic level. Work the paste across the wheel surface using circular motions. Get into the spokes, around the lug nut holes, and along the inner rim edge. You will feel the paste change texture slightly as it makes contact with the brake dust. That is the abrasive action working. That is the baking soda crystals shearing the contamination off the surface. Step 5. Let the paste sit on the wheel for 2 full minutes. Do not wipe it off immediately. The dish soap needs time to penetrate and dismantle the greasy road film beneath the brake dust. Those 2 minutes are not optional. They are where the chemistry happens. You will see the paste begin to gray slightly or take on a brown tint as it lifts the contamination out of the surface. That color change is the paste telling you it is working. Step 6. Rinse thoroughly with a strong stream of water. You want to blast all the paste and suspended contamination completely off the surface. Rinse until the water runs completely clear. And then look at your rim. One safety note before you move on. Baking soda paste is completely non-toxic and safe for bare skin, but if you have any open cuts on your hands, wear a pair of gloves anyway. The dish soap can irritate broken skin. And always rinse the paste completely off the wheel before driving. There should be no residue left on the surface when you are done. That is the entire process. No special equipment. No professional training required. No trip to a detailing shop. No $20 bottle of acid spray that is slowly destroying the investment you made in your vehicle. Let me make the contrast as sharp as possible, because I want it to land. You just cleaned your alloy wheels with a paste that cost you $1, or $0 if you already had the ingredients. Professional wheel detailing services at premium car washes charge between $30 and $80 per session for full rim cleaning. Auto parts stores sell specialty wheel cleaners for $15 to $25 per bottle, bottles that hold maybe 3 or 4 applications before they are empty, and those chemical cleaners contain acids that accumulate damage on your clear coat with every single use, setting you up for a rim replacement that will cost you $1,200 to $2,000 or more, depending on your vehicle. The industry absolutely, 100%, is praying that you never do the math. They are counting on the fact that you trust the glossy label and the color-changing formula and the professional-grade language on the packaging more than you trust your own common sense. You just broke that deal. You just opted out of that cycle permanently. There is no catch here. There is no hidden downside. Baking soda and dish soap are not going to fail on you. They are not going to be discontinued or reformulated or suddenly marked unavailable. They are not patentable. They cannot be monopolized. They will be sitting on grocery store shelves for the rest of your life at the same $1 price point, and the detailing industry cannot do a single thing about it. If this kind of truth is the kind of content you want more of, subscribe right now and share this video with every car owner you know. Copy the link and send it to the group chat. Post it in the forums. Leave it in the comments section of every overpriced detailing product review you can find. This knowledge only survives if people like you refuse to let it be buried again. And check the link in the description. The complete buried blueprint vault has more of this. Much more. Home survival hacks. Construction secrets. Energy and maintenance knowledge that entire industries are actively suppressing. It is all there. The next blueprint opens soon, and what is inside is even heavier.